Hello friends, welcome to another weekly top-down analysis video on the gold and GJ. So as usual, we will start our analysis with the monthly time frame, and then we will go down to lower time frames, weekly, daily, 4-hour and 30 minutes time frame. On the higher time frames, we are going to find out the direction of the market, and on the 30 minutes time frame, we will talk about some intraday and scalping setups as well. So let's start with the gold monthly time frame. So currently we are on the gold monthly time frame, and as we can see here that price, basically we are bullish as we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we can see that here the price basically broke this resistance and created a new high. After that we came down, and when we have this candle close bullish, so basically in an uptrend, after making a new high, we made a pullback and created a support. So once we create a support in an uptrend, then there is a very high probability for the price to retest that new high created by the price, right? So as we could see here, we already got the monthly candle close bullish, although it was a weak bullish candle, but with a rejection to the downside. So we had a very high probability for the current monthly candle to come up and reach this high. We can see already the current monthly candle has created a new higher high. So now let's go to weekly time frame to find out what exactly happening on the weekly time frame. So by looking at the weekly time frame, we can see that we are bullish again because we are making higher highs and higher lows. Also, in the previous weeks, I already mentioned that we had this resistance and we had this support. So we were just waiting for a breakout either to the upside and to the downside. So here we can see that we have this resistance and we have this weekly candle close above the resistance. So once we got this weekly candle close above the resistance, there was a very high probability for the next candle to come up and retest this high. Also, we could see that we have a clean range on the left hand side, and so we can see that basically the price came up, made a new high, and we have the last weekly candle close bearish. So basically we created a resistance right here in this a bullish market. So higher highs and higher lows, we create a high, and also we created a resistance by closing this candle bearish. So now there is a very high probability price may come down on the weekly time frame to find support and continue going to the upside. So now let's go to weekly time frame to see exactly what is happening on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we can see that the price basically created a new high. We are already bullish as we saw on the weekly and the monthly time frame. So we had this resistance, price broke this resistance, created a new high, and right now the price is kind of consolidating in this area again. As we saw on the weekly time frame, there is a higher probability for the price to come down, find support, and continue going to the upside. We already have the clean range on the left hand side. Also, now let's try to see more closely what is happening on the daily time frame. Excuse me. So we have this resistance and we have this support. So on the weekly time frame, we already saw that there is a higher probability for the price to come to the downside. Now we have a resistance and we have a support. So now in this scenario, if so we basically know that we have this resistance and we have this support. So now if we get daily candle close below this support, we can see that we have a clean range on the left hand side. In that situation, there is a very high probability for the price to come to the downside, to this support, or to this support, or to this support. That is something to the downside. And again, because we have this one as a resistance, price is bullish and we are making higher highs and higher lows. So there is also a probability price may can continue going to the upside. In that situation, if we get a daily candle close above the resistance, then there is a higher probability price is going to continue going. I mean, basically going to continue to the upside, and will continue this momentum of higher highs and higher lows. So now let's go to a 4-hour time frame to exactly see what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that definitely the price is bullish, and we have this one as a support. Also, we can see that we basically bounce off this support area once we created this high. then we bounced again, created a lower high, again bounced and created a lower high. So basically we are bullish, but we are not able to make a higher high in this market, as we saw in the daily and the weekly and the monthly time frame, that there is a higher probability for the price to make a retracement. And now we have this one as a support. So in this situation, if we get a 4-hour candle close below this support, then there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the downside to this support, or maybe we can make a low, basically can look for a break and retest kind of setup here as well. So that is something on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go to 30-minute time frame to see exactly what is happening on the 30-minute time frame. So now we saw on the on all the higher time frames, 4-hour, daily, weekly, monthly, we are expecting the price to go down. So here we can see that excuse me. So here we can see that we have this one as a support, and this one as a resistance. The next resistance is right here, and the next support is right here, right? So as we are anticipating the price to go down, so now if we can see that we already have the 30-minute candle close below the support. So now if we have the volume, we can anticipate the price to go down to this support and finally to this support, or we can also anticipate the price to make a low, basically can come up for the retest and then continue going to the downside. That is something we anticipate to the downside, but at the same time we can see that we have resistance, and above the resistance we have clean range on the left hand side as well. So in that situations, if we get a 30-minute candle close above this resistance, there is a higher probability price is going to go to the next resistance, which is right here. And above this resistance, we have more clean ranges on the left hand side. So that is something on the 30-minute time frame to the upside and to the downside. Now let's go to our next pair, which is GJ. So now on the GJ, we are again going to start with the monthly time frame. So now on the GJ, we are on the GJ monthly time frame at the moment, and we can see that the price is bullish because we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we can see that this was the last resistance, and we have the next resistance right here. So also we can see that the last monthly candle closed bullish above this resistance. So now there is a higher probability for the price to come up to the next resistance, which is right here, right? So that is something we see on the monthly time frame. Now let's go to weekly time frame to find exactly what is happening on the weekly time frame. So we are on the weekly time frame at the moment. We can see that the market is bullish because we are making higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, we created a high, we created a higher low, and now we have created another higher high. So basically, price can come down to make a higher low, or we can continue going up from here as well. Also, by looking more closely, we can also find out that we have this one as a resistance and we have this one as a support. So we can see that the price already created a new high. We created a resistance. After that, we came down, created a support. Now there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the upside. So now also let's see that now, because we have the last weekly candle close bullish, so now there is a higher probability for the price to go to the next resistance, which is right here. Again, if we get a candle close above this resistance, there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the next resistance, something like this. That is something to the upside. To the downside, we can see that we have this support right here. So basically this is support. If we get a weekly candle close below this support, higher probability for the price to go to the next support, and if we break this support, we are going to go to the next support, which is right here. So that is something we see on the weekly time frame as well. So now let's go to daily time frame to find exactly what is happening on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, again, we are bullish because we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we can see that the price created a high. After that, we basically came down, created a higher low here as well. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So right now, higher probability for the price to come up and retest this high. So that is something we see on the daily time frame. Also, we can see that we have basically we can see that this was a level at one point of time. Price came down again, retested this level. Then here, basically, we broke this support, came to the downside, but we can see that the price close back into the range. Basically, this move to the downside became a fake out, and right now there is a very high probability for the price to come up and retest this new higher high created by the price in this uptrend. So that is something on the daily time frame. Now let's go to 4-hour time frame to find exactly what is happening on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we have this one as a resistance, and we have this one as a support at the moment. Also, we can see that a price close above this resistance, and we have the next resistance right into these areas. So now there is a higher probability for the price to continue going to the upside, or we can come down, find support in this area, and then go to the next resistance. Also, at the same time, we can see that if the price close below this support, then we can see that we have clean range on the left hand side. So in that situation, there is going to be a very high probability for the price to go to the next support, which is right here. So that is something we see on the 4-hour time frame. Now let's go to 30-minute time frame to see exactly what is happening on the 30-minute time frame. On the 30-minute time frame, we can see that the market is bullish as we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we can see that right now we created a high, higher low, we created a high, higher low, and right now there is a higher probability for the price to come to the upside. But we can see at the same time that price has created resistance, price has created a support. So now very high probability for the price to come up to the next resistance, and if we break that basically if we break that resistance, there is a very high probability for the price to go to the next resistance. Same here, right now we are making a higher highs and higher low kind of market structure. Then if price broke this market structure to the downside, basically broke this higher low, then I'll be waiting for a pullback and a resistance formation for the price to come down to retest the new low created by the price. And below the support, we can see that we have clean range as well, so we can look for more shorts to the downside. So that is something on the 30-minute time frame on the GJ. So that's it, guys. This was the analysis on the gold and GJ from the monthly to the 30-minute time frame. I hope you found some value from this video. So thank you for watching the video, and see you in another video.